Tucked away in the heart of mid-Wales, far from the noise of cities and roads, lies a forest shaped by nature and time. Winding rivers, ancient trees, and quiet trails whisper stories of the land's forgotten past. This is the source of the River Severn, the longest river in Britain, and a place where silence speaks louder than words. Welcome to Hafren Forest.
Always in bloom, always in bloom for
you. I'd been meaning to visit Hafren Forest for a while now. It's one of those places that's just close enough to home that you keep putting it off. Tucked away a short drive from Shropshire, it's the kind of spot where there's no signal, no crowds, just peace, quiet, and the occasional sheep judging your parking skills. Recently, social media decided Hafren is the place to be, mostly thanks to the photogenic little boardwalk that now pops up on every other outdoorsy Instagram page. And that's exactly why I'm here. Well, not just for the boardwalk. I wanted to see what else this forest actually has to offer, but as usual, the Welsh weather had other plans. When we arrived at Hafren Forest, it was dead quiet. The car park was empty, the air was still, and it actually felt like we'd beaten the rush. There's a collection of information boards near the entrance showing a whole network of walking trails weaving through the forest, from short riverside loops to full-on treks across the mountains. But I had a sneaking suspicion it wasn't going to stay this peaceful for very long. A suspicion confirmed by the unexpected appearance of portaloos, always nature's way of saying this place gets very busy. I don't know if I'd recommend this one. Severn breaks its neck trail. Only came for a walk. Well, I'll go to the hospital. Hafren Forest was first planted in the 1930s by the Forestry Commission, which is a polite way of saying, let's cover this peaceful Welsh valley in an army of spruce and pine and see what happens. Thankfully, the years have been kind, and today the forest is a mix of commercial planting and slow, steady restoration, with native trees gradually sneaking their way back in. Tucked somewhere amongst it all is the source of the River Severn, Britain's longest river, quietly trickling into existence like it's late for something. But the real star of the show, the boardwalk, originally built to protect the riverside from erosion and keep hikers from disappearing into the mud, it quickly gained fame online and is now one of the most photographed walkways in Wales. It used to be made of timber, but thanks to our lovely Welsh weather and thousands of pairs of wellies stomping across it, the old wood was swapped out for more durable recycled plastic, which in fairness still looks like wood, just a slightly smug sense of sustainability. So yes, it's eco-friendly, practical, and apparently a bit of a social media celebrity. We've literally been at Hafren Forest for literally no more than 10 minutes. And we've already said the comparison here in Wales to New Zealand is unreal. They're so similar to each other. Look at this. And then there's the boardwalk, and just everything in general is just so, I don't know, it's just so well put together. Everything, all the boardwalks, you can walk all this. And we actually met this guy on the way in who had two very lovely dogs. And because it's rained quite heavily overnight, we've timed it really well, because there's a waterfall sort of up that way, which we're going to go and look at. And I think it's going to be quite interesting. Can't fly the drone much more though, because there's a geo restriction in place. There is drone footage of the start, but Not really much more than that, I don't think, but fingers crossed we can actually get some more. Look how cool that is. Yeah, water. Stepping onto the boardwalk, you realise two things pretty quickly. First, it does exactly what it's supposed to do, keeps your boots dry and the riverbank intact. And second, it's almost suspiciously photogenic. It winds its way through the trees like something out of a tourism advert, with just the right amount of moss, ferns and running water to make you wonder if Mother Nature secretly had a hand in its design. The walk itself is short, just a few minutes end to end, but it's one of those spots that makes you want to slow down and take in the sound of the river and maybe even think, yeah, this was worth the drive. That is literally as close as I can get, because there is mud everywhere. Look at that. It's like they filmed part of Jurassic Park here. Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be really cool. Imagine you was walking around the forest like this, and then you looked in all the mud and there's like big dinosaur footprints. That'd be sick.
Clever girl.
Spielberg, hit me up. What's going on here then? A trapezoidal flume. Flume. All I'm thinking of now is Biennes. Why would anyone name it that? Why would you name a biscuit a Bienne? I don't understand. Like, oh yeah, we're going to name a biscuit 2 letters.
It's probably like Ben and Nigel.
Ben and Nigel.
Ben and Nigel. That's what I think.
The biscuits are Ben and Nigel.
Yeah.
It's like B&Q actually.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's like, oh, I can't remember the name, it's like Bob and Quentin or something.
Yeah. Ooh.
The one thing I will say that's really nice about Hafren Forest is that as you just follow the water, like I'm pretty sure it's the River Severn. If you just follow it, you'll see so much more. On social media, I've seen all that people promote is like the Boardwalk, when there's so much more to this place. Like, look at the forests, and then look at that. Try not to be sick. Like, it's incredible. Oh, we can have a look here. It looks like some kind of bridge. Follow me. Let's have a look at this. Look at this. Oh. Oh yeah. It's an old dam by the looks of it. Look at this. See, that's cool. And the thing is though, when people come to places like this, there's so much more on offer than just like what's promoted, which is the boardwalk. And it's just not, there's so much more to it than that. Like, look, come here. Look at all these waterfalls and all this water and forest. Yeah, ignore the deforestation that's up there, that's normal. But yeah, don't just come for the boardwalk, actually walk the place and visit it and see all these different things, because there's so much more here. There really is. The boardwalk is just the start, a neat little preview of what Hafren Forest really offers. Beyond it, a network of walking trails spreads out like a choose-your-own-adventure map. There's the Severn Breaks Its Neck Trail, short, scenic and leading you to a waterfall with a name that sounds like something out of an old pub brawl. Then there's the source of the Severn Walk, a longer route that takes you all the way to the exact spot where Britain's longest river begins its 220-mile journey to the Bristol Channel. That was the plan, at least. Unfortunately, the Welsh weather had other ideas, and within minutes the sky went from a light drizzle to a scene from the perfect storm. And as much as I wanted to see the source of the river, I didn't particularly want to become the river. So we stuck to the shorter trails, following the Severn while it was still small enough to step over, winding through the forest and open moorland, past wooden bridges and moss-covered banks. Even in the rain, there's something strangely calming about it, assuming you've brought a decent waterproof jacket, that is. One thing that often gets overlooked is that Hafren Forest isn't just a tourist hotspot, it's also home to red kites, buzzards and even the occasional otter along the Severn. It's a reminder that while we're here snapping photos of the boardwalks, there's an entire cast of wildlife just getting on with their day, probably wondering why humans keep pointing cameras at bits of wood. We've been walking for approximately 7 days now, and we still haven't found the waterfall. At this point we were thinking the man was chatting. He might not be, but we've just looked on Google Maps, like quite difficultly, because there's no signal. Difficultly, what a word. Because there's no signal, but we think we might have found how to get there. If you do plan on coming, there's a lot of trails, literally everywhere you go. There's branches off, there's trails literally left, right and centre. So probably if you're going to do come here, probably try and find the waterfall, and if you want to do more trails then just branch off and do whatever. But the boardwalk, literally right at the beginning, if you're coming to do that you'll be here 10 minutes and then you're done. But we are going to the waterfall, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it's worth it, because walking for 7 days is not nice. For years, Hafren Forest was more of a local secret, the kind of place that you'd only visit if you lived nearby, or if someone accidentally gave you the directions to the wrong car park. But thanks to social media, that's changed. The boardwalk alone has probably appeared in more Instagram feeds than most Welsh castles, and with it comes a steady rise in visitor numbers. On the summer weekends, the car park can fill up before mid-morning with walkers, photographers and people just here for a quick wander before heading back to the cafe in the local town. Even in the quieter months, you'll almost always pass another group on the trails. It's still nothing compared to the tourist hotspots of Snowdonia, but there's a balance here. Busy enough to feel alive, quiet enough that you can still find your own corner of the forest, unless of course you arrive on a bank holiday weekend, in which case, good luck. Tucked away on the edge of the forest is Blaen Hafren Waterfall, a smaller, quieter spot compared to the main trails, but easily one of the most peaceful. The water spills gently over the moss-covered rocks, disappearing into the trees like it's in no rush to be anywhere else. What's easy to miss is that this used to be farmland. There was once a farmhouse here, long gone now, with only a few scattered stones left to hint at where it stood. It's strange to think that someone once woke up here every morning to this kind of view, and now it's just the river, the falls and the sound of the forest filling the silence. A place that was once a home, now reclaimed entirely by nature. So we found the waterfall, which is probably in the video. We're on our way back, and yeah, look at it. It's now raining. I think we timed it somewhat relatively well because I managed to get the drone out. I managed to do some filming. And now it's just the walk back, so we're just going to get back, look like a drowned rat when we get into the car, and then head home, and that's it really, I think. If you've enjoyed the video, subscribe, like, share, do all that kind of good stuff. And take a look at the New Zealand series if you haven't seen it, because that's a good series. And with that, I'll see you in the next video.